Welcome to Tough Crowd. You know what? This internet thing is really arousing my ire. Excuse my language. First, you got the Kobe Bryant girl. They release her photos over the internet. Then Uday and Kusei all over the TV. Look at this. And this is what makes me mad. This is their driver's license picture. It's before they died. Folks, come on now. Listen. I know. You think it's sad? Yeah, it's terrible. Now look, if you think it's sad about these two, just think that they had 9-year-old kids in the Kurdish villages making this rug probably while they, one of them was smacking somebody with a whip and the other one was raping them, You don't know what's going on with these two, but I do know. I've been over there. Well, I've been, places. I was in Hawaii and, I think the whole internet thing is really a test by God to see if we can finally get past our low instincts. God's like, okay, give them total control where they can see everybody in the globe and they can really work together and communicate. And we ended up spending like $100 billion on porn. And, folks, did we pass God's test? Look at your bookmarks, folks. Look at your bookmarks. Not too much fun. Every day, the internet, she creates a new issue we have to deal with. How does the internet reflect the state of the world, James?
The internet reflects the world because, like the world, it's an anonymous, lonely place filled with gossip and half-truths, and the only way to get away from all the depressing news is to find photos of an 18-year-old college girl and masturbate like a lab monkey.
Okay, Ray.
Hey, all I ever hear about is email, download. Growing up in Brooklyn, we never emailed anybody. We F-mailed them. And talk about downloading. That was something you did in your sweat socks so you could hide the evidence.
William.
I'm tired of instant messaging. If you don't know me, email me. Because instant messaging is like going up to somebody's house and banging on their window. Hi, I want to meet you. Email me and I'll get back to you if I feel like it.
Greg.
The internet reflects the best and the worst of society. There's easy access to raunchy fetishistic porn, but there's also some bad stuff.
True enough. Okay. Now, the identity of Kobe's accuser has been revealed across the internet, even on our own message board. That pristine temple of goodness. So should it be regulated, Jim?
Well, they put her phone number on the internet and people are complaining, but I don't know what guy is actually going to waste his time calling her. I mean, if Kobe Bryant had to resort to raping her, what shot do I have of getting laid?
Are we really going to regulate? Of course we can. I mean, you can't regulate this stuff. That's the worst problem with the internet. It's the anonymity. You can't regulate. What are you going to say? If you're a heartless prick, we take away your mouse for a week? I mean, it's you can say that.
But that's the whole point is that the internet, it is a bunch of people, like I said, they can get away with anything because nobody's going to kick their ass,
The privacy on the net, I mean, it's something to be considered, but this is true, man. You have to be careful. I have my credit card number stolen off the net. I don't know if they hacked into my computer or whatever they did. And this is absolutely true. $1,100 worth of gay porn was ordered to Northern California. And I have to call my credit card company and try to maintain my dignity while explaining that I didn't order blonde beach hunks or uncut Puerto Rican homeboys, which, as you know, is terribly directed.
Hey, were you being sarcastic?
It's the anonymity. You're creating a class of freaks out there, like you said at the beginning. It's bringing out the worst in people's human nature. I mean, you're bringing out, you're creating a class of people that can't look another person in the eye in real life, but got no problem logging on and telling a teenager what they do to her with a zucchini.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? Do you think in the long run?
I think I threw my back out.
Go ahead.
We had the same thing growing up, but you used to just write it on the bathroom wall in school. Same thing. Who regulated that then?
But it's true. That's exactly what it is. It's international writing on the bathroom wall. But in those days, people that got away with it, you always see who it was. Eventually, they get a nice beating if they got caught. Now nobody can get off. You think it's making a bunch of brave chat room tough guys?
It's the whole, I don't know if it's making tough guys, but I know that the main complaint is like anytime there's something new, people are going to try to like the internet, oh, it's so bad for privacy, but they're never going to violate privacy worse than the American media already has. I mean, as American public, we knew that the president got oral sex from a girl who looked like Natalie from The Facts of Life. I mean, we knew every detail of that. They're never going to be that bad on the net.
It's already gotten worse than that. You don't think the government wouldn't put a picture of a rape victim up in her name and address? Come on.
Well, probably not, because it's direct accountability. Right? Maybe without direct accountability.
Exactly, stupid. Now listen.
I like when we
What
agree.
about this? Look at the sharing of music online. Is that a good or bad thing? That's a perfect example. What do you guys think? Because now they're trying to sue all these music.
You know what? I know that there's copyright laws and we should be sensitive to copyright laws, but it does seem a little bit bizarre that they're going after kids now. So some college kid's going to pay huge fines for downloading the latest 50 Cent. You know, but Norton could watch German poo videos 24 hours a day, no problem.
Well, I actually was with, you got in trouble. He was downloading Ace of Base. I Saw the Signs, your favorite song.
Yeah.
And I thought it was in bad taste. And, well, actually, I shouldn't say that. You got busted by the feds. It was either your other favorite song, the Outback Steakhouse theme or the Chili's Baby Back Ribs. I always mixed those two up. But they're both zingers. It really get the
Nobody's
started.
written a song in the last 20 years anyway, so it don't matter.
You're right. It's all samples, right?
Right.
So that's where the song, so you're stealing off a sample.
You're stealing stolen stuff.
Right. You sound like you'd like to elaborate further on that, William. Would you like to tell us something from the past now?
I'm just pissed because Earth, Wind and Fire hadn't had a song in 20 years. But no, I'm not a big fan of the music today because they're not musicians. Musicians are not recording music. It's just people with bad grammar and attitudes doing this a lot.
Oh. Well, what about, go ahead.
What's so bad about downloading music for free anyway? It's like pay-per-view television. Who actually pays for it in the first place? If you're watching a Mike Tyson pay-per-view fight, you pay for it. In Brooklyn, you're a jerk-off, right? I don't pay for it. You pay for it?
I don't watch boxing. I hate it.
Oh, he does too. He gets together with all his your Latino buddies in Queens and watch the welterweight championships.
What are you talking about? I'm a black man.
Just trying to get something going.
They're trying to...
How about online sex? Do you think having online sex with somebody is... I mean, obviously, it's only natural. What else would we expect the internet to breed except like all the sex? Who can resist it? Nobody's going to... But do you think that online sex is cheating, for example?
No more than phone sex. The internet is not that much different from the phone as far as people's behavior is concerned. So, I mean, it is probably emotionally cheating, but I wouldn't say it's physically
And you
cheating.
don't think phone sex is cheating?
Well, I just said it's just probably emotionally cheating. If you weren't so anxious to jump on me, you might have heard that.
And who are you really cheating on in the first place? Another computer?
Well, let me ask you this. Online gambling. Now, we know a couple of people that might have at some time been involved. And online gambling, what do you think about that?
I look at it like this. If the guy doesn't have garlic on his breath, I'm not making a bet with him.
I like to gamble in real casinos, though, and I don't get the fun of online gambling. It's not. What's the thrill of it? You're sitting there alone, and even if you win, you can't just walk to the bar and get a hooker. So it's no fun.
You can go online and get one. Well,
online.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again, folks. If I have to tattoo it on my chest, if you don't leave me alone with these people. Now on PBS, they're airing a new season. It's a new series called Sesame Street for Adults, in hopes of helping 90 million Americans who struggle with basic everyday tasks like balancing the checkbook, credit card company dealing. I think personally, I need this kind of stuff. This is the kind of stuff I needed many years ago. I never understood the whole intricate level of this stuff. What do you guys think? Yes? No?
I think. Oh, go ahead.
First of all, I didn't. You feel bad. This article is unbelievable. It's like 20% of adults are illiterate or something. I mean, and it's hard. It's hard to be a moron. It's hard to be a moron in today's society. There's only so many tilt-a-whirls to operate. But if they're that dumb, why don't they just watch the regular Sesame Street?
But it's not a question of being dumb about everything. It's like me. I'm very dumb at certain things. Like any kind of bureaucratic stuff, I get the paper, my eyes start swimming, then I'm on the computer trying to figure stuff out, it all freezes on me. Some people are just dumb in certain areas, but brilliant in other areas. And I'm not saying me, but I don't know how to do all this other stuff. It's very complicated.
This whole show should consist of Big Bird picking up a shotgun and walking these losers on how to put it through their mouth and pull the trigger.
Wow. Hey, I look at it like this. Sesame Street for Adults, no wonder why Bush's ratings are dropping. The people from the red states are finally learning how to read and maybe count.
The red states.
How
do you say this?
Bush's president is like the kid with the helmet driving a short bus.
Oh, look at this. Let's talk about convicted and co-founder Sam Waxell. That guy began serving 7 years in jail yesterday. And by the way, you see he cried when they gave him the verdict, which is a good street smart move. It gives you street cred in jail when you cry. A verdict, then they know if they mess with you, you might cry. But He's doing 7 years in this, like, this. Look at the jail. Basketball, tennis. Ray.
That's not jail.
Hey, look, I look at it like this. I'm a retired cop, right? I'm divorced twice. I lost 2 houses. That's not jail. That's my summer vacation. And if you want to punish this guy, why don't you just put this jackass in a solitary confinement cell with Martha Stewart with no makeup for a year? And every day she has to redecorate that cell and put up an 8 by 10 picture of Rich Voss. And if that's not going to way to make you commit suicide, I don't know what will.
And she's actually there's actually a website because Martha Stewart is next. She's actually going on trial and she's pleading not guilty. And there's a website dedicated to her case, and I think it's called "You're Going to Jail Anyway, You Lying Rich Old Whore.com."
It's but it is discriminatory and wrong. I think that you take these rich white guys and you put them in a separate jail. I mean that's not fair to the guys in regular jail. I mean, are the black guys supposed to rape themselves?
Well, what about that?
No, they should all go to jail. They should all be raped because they're stealing old people's retirement money. And if that's not a reason to get raped, I don't know what is.
Yeah. Wow. Well, you know what though? But he also developed a miracle cancer drug that's about to actually, ironically, be approved. So, I mean, these guys, they are evil, but they also do good for society. I mean, if some gangbanger comes up with a good AIDS cure, then maybe
they should be raped good then.
But we're very well. I mean, I think they should get the death penalty, but I don't think we should be relying on the inside prison structure to take care of our justice. Either we do it or nobody does it. Maybe either we should rape them or we should kill them. But I don't think I want to leave it up to like some wild behavior.
Killing them is too easy. Raping is not fun.
I know, but it still should be up. So that's who carries out our justice system is the guys in jail.
Rape is a good deterrent to doing things wrong.
That's true.
I know good and well. If somebody told me if I did something I would be raped for it, I would not do it.
You're right.
I don't like being raped.
That is a good point.
Some people might. Yeah. Some people
I'm
might.
not a big fan of the rape.
All right, look at this. P. Diddy wants to buy the Knicks because of the team's poor performance. This is a different subject. He says he thinks he could do a good job. So I'm asking you, P. Diddy running the Knicks, I think it's a good idea. He can get all the guys that try to be rappers in the NBA that want to be rappers. He can get Shaq and, Iverson and Kobe. That's rap with an E on the end. But, I think that, what do you guys think? You think this is a good move?
Sure, why not? I mean, he first had to change his name to P. Dribble. And then he could sample the talents of Tim Duncan and LeBron James.
I look at it like this. If he takes over the Knicks, he'll definitely increase their shooting percentage, if you know what I mean. Hey, that's not true. And I tell you what, you imagine what the giveaway days would be at Madison Square Garden? It'd be December 16th versus the Detroit Pistons. Jennifer Lopez Bobble Butt Day. Yeah, don't miss that one. That's a keeper.
The only problem I would have with it is, he would throw one of his famous white parties and no one on the team could go.
They got Keith Van Horn now.
They got Van Horny?
The white Charles Smith. I don't know what he's going to be doing.
He's the last
here.
white hope, buddy. Don't worry about it. He's going to make a nice move.
They're going to boo him every time he pull up his socks. They're going to boo him.
He's going to make a nice move for us. But I'll tell you what they should do is get Shaq because he wants to be a rapper anyway. Did you see how he destroyed that Fushnikins many years ago? Or am I the only one that's 97? All right, anyway. I said Fushnikins after 1993, and I think I deserve some credit for that. Here are some suggestions. Thank you. Here are some suggestions for spending discretionary income. We'll be right back.